Hey everyone, Brandon here with Galway Precision. Today is a long way today. We are going to go over the installation of our Jefe trigger for the TP9, SFX, SF, and SA models. Alright, so we finally got everything finalized, finished, ready to rock and roll. So let's go over tools you're going to need. You need your brass polymer hammer. You need a 3/32 punch. You need a 2mm punch. Pair of needle nose pliers, your bench block. Alright, so I had someone ask in one of the other install videos, I think it was for the DA, can we keep from taking the whole thing apart? I figured out a way how all we need to do is remove the fire control unit slightly and the trigger pivot pin. We don't have to mess with this at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock and clear. We are visually and physically empty. Go ahead and remove your slide, set it off to the side, and flip our bench block over, take our 3/32 punch. We're going to drive out the roll pin for the fire control unit. Alright, set that off to the side. Now we're going to take our 2mm and we're going to press from right to left on the stock triggers, so you don't have to take the pin completely out. You should be able to move the trigger bar while you hold the trigger in place. Alright, so that's out of the way. So we can go ahead and pull the fire control unit and trigger bar out. Now we can go ahead and drive out our trigger pivot pin. Now this will not, if you're watching this thinking, I can install my Jefe Elite that way. Different setup. It's not going to work that way. The Jefe Elite's slide lock is actually also the trigger pivot, so it does have to come out, but this will work for the SFX, SF, the SA, probably the DA as well. Alright, so now we can go ahead and pull that trigger on out and set our stock trigger back off to the side. Now this is going to seem a little weird. We're going to go ahead and put our fire control unit back in and our trigger bar back in. Reason being is the Jefe trigger can go in with it all already being put together. Once I figure out what I'm doing here, because I seem to want to do 18 things at once with the trigger bar and fire control unit. Alright, so let's get it all down in there. It's going to stick out like so. Go ahead and take your fire control unit pin, knock it back home, and as usual, make sure it's equidistant on both sides so it's not sticking out one side or the other. It's got good coverage and it's not going to jab you in the hand while you're shooting. Now, we can go ahead and take our trigger pivot pin and we'll put it back in, and we're going to line it up on the slide lock. You can hand push it for now because you just want to get it started in the slide lock. You don't want to push it all the way through because we're going to be putting the trigger in. So if it goes too far, you can take your 3/32 and just push it back home. Maybe. This thing is not being very cooperative today. Alright, so we've got that started. And you can take your Jefe Elite. We're going to angle it like this with the trigger bar down out of the way. And that will slide right in. The trigger bar will go right into the trigger. I don't have that out of the way enough. So if this is still protruding through too far, just take your needle nose, wiggle it, and pull it back. And look at that. The trigger goes right on in. So we can go ahead and tap home the pivot. Alright, so now what we're ready to do is line up. You can see the trigger bar moving. Alright, so make sure you line up your hole. Give it a tap with your polymer hammer, and then finish setting. You can hand push the roll pin to hand set the trigger. Alright, obviously again equidistant to both sides. Alright, so you can do a minor function test right now. Pulling on it, doesn't move. It's hard to do this part because I keep barely touching the trigger blade, but that's what you want. You want the trigger blade to move quickly. So now we're ready to put the slide back on, function test, and we're done. So go ahead and rack the slide, try and pull the trigger without depressing the blade. Trigger won't go. Depress the safety blade, pull the trigger, hold it to the rear, rack, reset, pull, we're done. And that's it, guys. Gives you nice over travel stop. As soon as it brakes, boom, trigger's done. Can't have any more room to travel backwards. Ready to reset, and there you go. And then full reset out. I mean, you can't beat it, guys. For the price, this will be the same price as the other Jefes. So $22.50 introductory, I think, or $25. I don't remember off the top of my head. Whatever they're running now on the website, shipped. I mean, makes a very big difference. And of course, we'll have some more video to add on later of shooting the SFX or the SF at targets, at speed, with all the additions to it. But really like the trigger. I'm glad we finally got it all squared up, and you guys, I think, are going to be very happy with this. It gives you a nice flat face, maintains the short reset, and stops all the over travel. I mean, as soon as it bang, trigger stops, you're ready to go back to work and sit there and just. So that's going to wrap this one up, guys. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me at tech, that's Tango Echo Charlie Hotel, at GallowayPrecision.com. Be sure to follow us here on social media, here on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Gun Streamer, and Vimeo. And as always, be safe, be accurate, and God bless.